going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central. This is the first episode with the whole team here, the new team of Chicago Bears Central. I'm so excited for this venture. We got Bobby and C-Dub from the Cognac Boys in the building. What's going on, fellas?
What up, man? We here to turn up the Bears, baby.
Absolutely.
Seat right.
Absolutely. So this is your team, and this is going to be the squad for this show. I just can't wait to see where it goes. But we got a lot of interesting things to talk about that just really happened over the last couple of days.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central.
First one up, Khalil Mack got traded. What was your guys' reactions? Where were you when you found out? I was not happy. I understand it, but I wasn't. Khalil Mack was probably my favorite Bear. But the move makes sense, right? It's just my personal attachment. Once I got past that, I'm like, all right, this makes sense. What do you guys think?
Yeah, see, first I was like you. I was really pissed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Khalil Mack, he what it means to be a Chicago Bear. Big, strong, imposing, put fear in the opposite team. But then I had to sit back and get my gear right from my nephew. My nephew, Cognac Bobby, like, man, Unc, we need younger, quicker, faster, athletic players. And we can get a lot for Khalil Mack, even though I still don't think we got enough for him. But eventually, I don't think he's going to fit the mold. I think he a 3-4 linebacker anyway. We're going to be playing a cover 2, it looked like. So it's hard to see him goodbye, but it's the end of the road, baby. Boys to men.
Fair enough, Bobby.
So initially, I was like, damn, man. But then I sat down, I gave it probably about a good 10, 20 minutes, and I'm like, the GM came out and said he gonna be aggressive and he gonna make sure that he builds a culture that, you know what I'm saying, that he feels is best for that. And let's be real, decades and decades and decades, we've built monsters of the Midway and still can't beat Green Bay. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of dealing with Green Bay fans and the stupid cheese head thing and the stupid cheese curd talk. It's time to build. Because, like, let's be real. We had a solid defense all these years, but every single game, they were worn down, tired, because we didn't have an offense that can, you know, give them a break or even stay on the field or put pressure on anybody, let alone just Green Bay. I'm with y'all. I feel like the trade should have included more assets, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, especially with the scheme changing too.
Yeah,
so
that's true. That's the biggest thing. Let's get into that deal itself. So he was traded to the Chargers for a 2022 second, so that's in this draft, and a 6th-round pick next year. And one of the things that, you know, people saying the Bears didn't get enough is that the Rams, you know, they just traded Von Miller for Von Miller, and they got a 2nd and a 3rd.
Yeah, I'm saying.
So that is the type of market I thought was going to be, though, if we did trade Mack. So when that didn't happen, like I said, I understand it. But let's also point out that the Chargers are taking all the salary but the dead salary this year, which is major because not a lot of teams take on the extra salary when they don't have to. So that being said, you know, maybe them taking the salary is why they didn't get a higher. That 2nd draft pick wasn't higher because it does give the Bulls the Bears, not this year, but next year, the next couple of years, a lot more cap flexibility by them taking the salary. So does that change your opinion at all on the package that we got for them?
It does. It does a little bit, but I'd be like, man, we couldn't get another pick this year. But, you know, because it's the second for this year, but then a 6th round next year. Yeah. Like, I at least feel like that the Bears could be like, well, if y'all get Khalil Mack from us, y'all potentially has the best rushing duo in your division against Kansas City, against the Denver Broncos, who just got Russell Wilson, against Derek Carr, who is not a scrub. So yeah, they definitely could have probably tried to, you know, get a little bit more out of that. Because if you look at Von Miller and Khalil Mack, we know one is a Super Bowl champion with an MVP, but I'm like, come on, man, the last few years you could pretty much say is damn near the same.
Okay, I know Ryan Poles is new and he want to put his imprint on his team. I'm not really excited about what we getting with this trade here. It's something, you know, but I'm sure. I look at that Von Miller trade like, dude, they're comparable. Von Miller and Khalil Mack. Would anybody disagree with that? I would say no. Okay, we'll take what we get. I think they went a little too fast. They had the leverage. They could have got what they wanted. I think they could have got the same deal maybe, but I'm going to have to roll with it, Ryan. We don't know you yet. We just learning about you. We learning about you, Brody.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's the thing too. We are still learning him. We're still trying to figure out what his vision for this team is. And we'll talk about him a little bit later on. Now with the amount of salary that the Bears are saving, right? So they're saving $6 million this season. They still do have to pay him $24 million, just based off the dead salary, but it would have been $30 million just this season. So they are saving $6 million. That's quite a bit of money. And then then over the course of it, they're saving like an additional a bunch of money. So the cap flexibility is one thing. And so do you see the Bears possibly signing and going after maybe a younger player that has more room and can be on this team longer in that spot, or do you think the Bears are more so going to look to build towards the draft? Like, where do you think right now is the route that the Bears are going to be going with this? I don't want to call it a rebuild, but and I don't want to call it a retool either, because I refuse to bring up anything Gar Forman in my life. What do you guys think?
Personally, I think he's going younger, so I'm gonna say he's going the draft route. He might get sprinkling in a couple veterans here and there. But if you want to get faster, and they're gonna play that cover too, So he want to get those faster, more athletic, getting to the ball type players.
Yeah,
you got to get young guys that's more suited to young guys and smart guys. So yeah. So I don't know. I'm optimistic, but I gotta see, dude. I don't know.
That comes from years and years of trauma. So y'all gotta give him a look.
I don't know, dude. I just don't like that we didn't get what we was. I don't think we got enough for Khalil Mack, dude.
I don't either. Let me be clear. But the thing is that I think I'm going to wait to judge this deal depending on what they do with the cap space. If they do something crazy with the cap space, all right, then you know what? Then I add that in as like those were additions as part of the Mack trade if we do something big with the cap space. So
yeah, because I think the transition will pose would be a combination of both. Khalil Mack is up there in age. And honestly, when I'm looking at free agents, I'm looking at who's out there that's, still maybe like 24, 25. Yeah. And under that 30-year-old mark, just to see what they could do. But you definitely just got to see what you have, because Khalil Mack was hurt last year. Some people did step up, And then I guess they felt like, we got Robert Quinn on one end, Khalil Mack on the other end. One person just went for 18.5 sacks. One person started the season off okay and then got injured. So they basically just was like, okay, it was a cap casualty that you just had to take at that point. So that's how I look at it.
We're talking about other cap casualties. We got two more. Eddie Goldman, Tariq Cohen, both cut. They did also sign. They signed Evans from the Titans off waivers. We'll talk about that deal. But what do you think about those two cuts?
Man, I'm gonna tell you right off rip, Tariq Cohen, I was like, it had to be done.
Yeah,
like, the man hasn't played in 2 seasons. He's not a north and south runner, so you can't put him in the backfield. And then it was he gets on my nerves when he does I'm gonna try to juke everybody, and it's like 50 players right here. You know what I'm saying? So plus he got pressure put on him by Khalil Herbert last year. So Bears got 2 solid backs that are proven and
that's true.
Healthy, so
that's true.
I'm gonna say I'm surprised Tariq Cohen was on the team last year. I thought he would get cut last year. Danny Trevathan.
He's next, right?
Yep.
And Hicks is probably going to walk too, which is on the list further down. But yeah, Trevathan is all, but he's probably somewhere like I'm just waiting to get the call. Like,
yeah, dude. Hey, didn't Trevathan have a wonderful his first couple seasons? He was fantastic, dude.
Yeah, I thought he would be my favorite Bear. I thought he was going to take the place of being my favorite Bear at one point.
Yes, dude. And I don't know, dude. I think what hurt him really, let's be honest, what's our middle linebacker? Our fantastic middle
linebacker.
Roquan Smith just destroyed him. I think he took his position and he was never going to fit again. In that injury, add the injury in, he has not been the same player. It's time to move on, my guy. Same thing with Hicks. Hicks, you always injured. I love Hicks.
Man, Hicks is the Energizer Bunny,
so
man.
big and strong, dude. He's such a beast, dude. You need at least 2 people on him every play. If you don't have him double team every play, he's going to bust up your play.
Yeah.
Hicks, but he gets hurt like every 5 plays, though. That's different.
Like, and if they're cutting some of my favorite Bears, like
Yeah,
I need Foles to be next. Like I at this point, it's the pettiness in me. I just need to see him gone.
I agree with that, big dog.
Like
Andy, they paid a lot of money to both Andy Dalton and Nick Foles, but I think that one thing that we've seen from like successful teams is that you need to get a backup quarterback with a similar playing style as your starting quarterback. So if your starting quarterback goes down, you can still essentially run the same offense. So I think both of them need to go, but that still might be another cap hit. So
that's true. But back to Eddie Goldman real quick, Bobby, because you didn't say much on it. Were you shocked at all by that? I was a little bit more shocked because he's only 28 years old.
That's what I'm saying. I was shocked, and like he took a year off of COVID. So me, if I was in that position as a GM, I would have said, all right, you took a year off of COVID, then you came back, you had an okay year. But before all of this, you were pretty solid. I would have gave him another shot.
I'm sorry, guys.
Approve it, yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
Bobby finna drop. I mean, C-Dub finna drop something.
I'm sorry, guys. Eddie Goldman, he was trash last year, guys.
Yeah, I understand.
He played 14 games, big guy. He had zero. Wait, this is how many sacks he had? 0.5. Half of that. He had 1 tackle a game, dude. Come on, he gone. That's it, dude.
That's fair.
That's fair.
No.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I think the most fair. You got it. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But watch him have a bounce back season next year.
That's how it always.
Yeah,
goes.
That's what I'm saying. He gonna be motivated. It's gonna be crazy.
Come on, man. That go all the way back to Greg Maddux, dude.
This is facts. This is facts. Like that next season, he gonna have a bounce back season. We're gonna be looking like, what in the hell just happened? Like, what in the hell? And he's probably gonna be motivated now too. Like, it depends on who's gonna pick him up. I haven't read any rumors about anybody being interested in him yet, but depending on who picks him up and if he goes to the team with the right scheme, and I know Bobby, you mentioned it also, like with the defensive scheme changing, it wasn't going to fit Goldman either. He had to go.
Yeah.
So, but
I agree with that.
Yeah, man, that sucks. That's
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But a lot of Bears players is definitely that we like going because going back to the Trevathan comment, Trevathan, he came from that Denver Bronco team that won, and I was like, man, because when they were winning, like, and they were good and they did win, man, he was going off. So I definitely liked him when he came to the Bears, but it's time to move on.
So sorry.
You're not wrong. And the thing is too is I initially started comparing, with sports you compare sports, especially within the same city. I was comparing it out. Maybe Poles is going to come in, do kind of what like AK and Eversley did, but no. What we're seeing is this isn't like what they did with making moves to bring in Vooch and stuff like this. This is more like when they traded Derrick Rose to try to build around Jimmy Butler.
Oh,
it's going to be a lot from this point on to the end of the season. I guarantee you there's going to be a huge amount of turnover.
Yeah. C-Dub still don't like Jimmy Butler because of that.
Please don't bring that back up.
Didn't mean to bring up any trauma, bro. I understand. But yeah. Yeah, it's good. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But that brings us to Ryan Poles. He came in within the first couple of days of free agency. He's made quite a bit of significant deals. Now, we didn't even talk about the Mike Glennon signing, but that's way too much money. I hated that. But nonetheless, what do you guys think about Poles so far? And what do you envision for how he's going to build this team and the coaching staff? Well, hey, let's start there because the first thing that he did is completely redo the coaching staff. Were you happy with the coaching staff change?
I'm definitely happy with the coaching style change. Matt Eberflus is a tough-minded. He's a Bears type of coach. He's defensive first. Maybe I I wish they would have got an offensive-minded coach, you know, that guy up in Kansas City. But let's not talk about that. I like Luke Getsy, you know, from the Green Bay Packers. You know, he's going to give us a little head up on the Green Bay Packers. I like that. Snatch a coach from that team over there. Mm-hmm. He got some more moves to make, obviously. I like his aggressive style. And I think he got a plan and he sticks to it. I'm unhappy with this Khalil Mack thing. They're off the coaching, but I'm unhappy with that decision right there. But it still had to play itself out. So I could change my mind in the future. I'm not perfect.
Yeah. I see that. I see that. Bobby, what do you think?
So, initially, I didn't like the head coach signing because, like C-Dub said, I wanted an offensive-minded coach. My coach, I feel like the choice should have went to Eric Bieniemy. Just simply because what he has built, and he's not a Matt Nagy. He actually calls his plays. But we're not gonna get into that. But then moving on to Ryan Poles, I'm saying right now that I like him. He's aggressive. Yeah. He came in kind of like Ryan Pace, like did some what? No, I don't know about that kind of moves, but I like the aggressiveness. And one of the things that he said that I liked a lot is that he called out that one play to where one of the offensive linemen, Tevin Jenkins, he took up for a hit that was put on Justin Fields, and James Daniels tried to get on his own player for defending his damn quarterback. He said that was unacceptable. I agree, totally unacceptable. He defended his quarterback, and James Daniels, you should have been defending your quarterback. And he also said that he wants to build a culture of being tough, being quick, and being smart. So, sounding good, but I need to see action. We've been hearing a lot of sweet nothings for a long time.
That is definitely
really quick. He has two main objectives as the general manager, I think. Number one, he has to find a perfect. I hope Luke Getsy is the answer. So to mold Justin Fields into a great franchise quarterback. And number two, he has to be Green Bay.
That is a fact. That is a huge measuring stick for anyone who's a fan of the Chicago Bears. You have to beat Green Bay. Yeah. The day that we beat Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers starting, I'm literally I'm gonna be so damn happy. You're gonna think we won the Super Bowl because I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it. All right, so polls so far, we're all pretty positive on it. I agree. I'm still taking a wait and see approach. And honestly, I'm not one of those people who are gonna judge him even in his first year. Now, by the end of year 2, depending on where we are, if we haven't made any significant improvements in 2 years, all right, I got some issues. Yeah. I'll say that I got some issues at that point. So you got 2 years from me. You got 2 years from me, and if you don't do it in 2 years, do something. I don't necessarily say we need to be a Super Bowl contender, but if we not monsters of the Midway again, we got some issues. Period. We got some issues.
For real.
Now that going into that, the draft is coming up. So, what type? Who do you think the Bears are going to draft? Who are some of the targets? I'm just going to get mine out the way with our second round pick. If it's not at least Christian Watson, I got some issues.
That's my pick, man.
There you go. He has the it factor to me.
Man.
I feel like him and Fields could be a hell of a duo. A hell of a duo. Christian Watson.
Oh, man.
Okay.
That's my pick, too.
Go ahead. Nephew.
That's my pick. 6'4", run a 4.3, 40-yard dash, 18 yards per catch. And, we're not saying he's Calvin Johnson for all you fans out there. But they said his numbers at the combine got pretty close to Calvin Johnson's numbers. Plus, we need a big guy.
6'4". And he's a good route runner, right?
And runs 4.3. Come on now.
Speed, route running, and size, that is a nice target for Justin Fields.
With big hands. You see these little hands? They way bigger than these.
All right, C-Dub, what you got?
Okay, I know about Watson, guys. I kind of think he's not going to be there.
Okay.
He's way too good.
That's fair.
So, but I got a replacement. I got Johan Dotson from Penn State. He's fantastic.
That's not a bad pick.
He's a ass wide receiver. Every time I look at him, he's wide open on the field. He catches with his hands. He's not catching with his body. Him and Mooney on each side of the field, all that speed, we need that. We need playmakers. He's a playmaker. And he can play special teams. He returns.
Ooh, I didn't think about the special teams aspect.
He returns punts. Yep. Hey, if we can't get Watson will be number 1. But I think he'll be gone. You got to look at this guy, Johan Dotson from Penn State.
Because of how aggressive we've seen Poles be, do you think he would move up for Watson? We have 2 second-round picks now.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's that. Yeah, that fits.
Now, I have trauma. The last time the Bears moved up to draft somebody who was their guy, it turned out bad. But, so you know, I mean, I'm just saying.
Money, bitch.
Oh, my God.
Who's going to get paid a lot of money this offseason?
So is.
Man.
You think so?
He's getting paid this offseason, bro.
He about to get paid.
And I guarantee you in 2 or 3 years, they're going to be like, damn, did we really pay this motherfucker this much money?
Hey, man, I looked at Mitchell Trubisky numbers, man. He was 16 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, y'all. Yeah. That ain't bad, y'all.
It's not bad, but it's not great. Like, that's the thing is that Mitch was never terrible. And I know some Bears fans are complete. Like, Drake tried to he was never terrible, right? But considering what we did to get him, it's like that it's the combination of the two.
Just
like,
stupid.
Like, had we not moved up to get him and we got him and he turned out the way he did, it would be like, all right, it just didn't work out for this team. We had to cut him. He moved on. But the fact that what we gave up for him, it's like, come on, Mitch.
And even worse, Patrick Mahomes was in that draft.
Bro, that's the trauma I try not even to think about. Shout out to my grandma, by the way. This is how much my family trolls. Y'all think Petty Roosevelt is just me. My whole family petty. My grandma, every time, because she's a Kansas City fan, every time Mahomes does something, anything, I get a text like, you wish he was on the Bears, right? You motherfucker. And I can't say nothing back because it's my grandma, so I have to just take it. She sent me a gif of him running, like a play breaking down and him running for a first down. And literally any time a Bears quarterback gets sacked, she sends me the gif, bro. My family is the biggest trollers in the world. It's man,
you can't do nothing, man. You can't do nothing but say, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I can't flame you back. Like
and just be salty. For real though.
Man. All right. Who else? Any other targets you want to set? Go ahead.
I got safety Jalen Pitre from Baylor.
Okay.
Big 12 player of the year. Played inside of the box. He's a strong safety, so you can put him on the side of Eddie Jackson. Mm-hmm. He's good in coverage. He ain't scared to tackle. Let's get it.
Okay. Okay, now. Okay, we saying naming all, but that ain't what we targeting now. You know, we need to protect that young kid, number 1.
The offensive line is going to be key. There are some really good offensive line players as well in this draft.
It's some great offensive line. I'll name a few. Nicholas Petit-Ferrer. I can't pronounce the last one. It's crazy. And Zion Johnson. I don't care who you get, as long as they could protect this kid. Big man, the offensive line, I really don't distinguish between if you're good or not. I distinguish if you can do it or not. Can you defend them or not?
Question. I did want to say this before we move on. If the Bears are able to get Amari Cooper in free agency, do you still want us to draft Watson?
Oh, yes.
Yes, still. Okay. I just wanted to throw that out there because I know Amari Cooper is a highly debated person in Bears.
He's debatable. I like Amari Cooper's game, but in some of those big games, he don't show up.
That is true. That's fair.
Doesn't show up.
That's fair.
So would I like the signing? Yes, but would I be super high on it? No.
Okay. Now, some people may say this is a reach, and I have looked at some mock drafts, and I know this is a reach, but this is how much I do like this guy. I want to see the Bears go after Brandon Smith from Penn State. Now, I don't know if they need to go with it. I don't know if he needs to be their second round pick. They probably can get him in the 3rd. Maybe even the 4th, possibly, but probably the 3rd for sure. But especially when you look at us losing Mac, bringing in another young guy at linebacker as Brandon Smith, I think again, not saying he's necessarily going to develop into, we don't know. But when you draft, it's about potential, and I like the kid's potential.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know about that, Big Hayes. I don't think we should even touch linebacker right now.
Don't even worry about it. With Trevathan and Mack leaving, you don't think the Bears should look at a linebacker in the draft?
No, not right. Not right now, dude. We got bigger problems. We got
safety
problems.
That's fine. That's fair.
Offensive line problems. I can't see ourselves just prioritizing linebacker right now.
Okay.
So I think that if they do go that route with the linebacker, I would not be mad at it just simply because how he plays. He plays in a tough conference. The Big Ten is tough. Mm-hmm. And then, like, the Bears have some questions that the last regime refused to try to answer.
This is true.
How the hell, I'm going to just make it quick. One, how the hell does Vildor start so many games and then in the last 4 games, Thomas Graham Jr. come off the damn practice squad and we like, what? He doing this? Yes, he played 4 games. It's just a small sample size, but I'm like, look, clearly he has way more than Vildor in his bag. Number 2, real quick, and this is on the offensive line. We got Tevin Jenkins had a back injury to start the season, so he didn't show up early. When he got healthy, you want to play a 40-year-old left tackle, Jason Peters, instead of seeing what you have in Tevin Jenkins? What are we doing? So, man, a lot of questions out there.
That's true. Bobby is hilarious, bro.
That's the Nagy effect, dude.
Because you can hear it in Bobby's voice. He's like, I'm just fed up. Like, I'm fed up with this bullshit.
Yeah,
for real. Can't stand him.
All right, that's cool. The Nagy effect. It's gone.
Yeah. Any other key targets you guys want to point out before we go?
Free agents? Definitely. How about Tyrann Mathieu? How about listen to this one, guys. Guess who's a free agent? And he used to be on the team. We probably need another cornerback.
Kyle Fuller.
He's shaking his head. No. Kyle Fuller was a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, let me not say I don't hate it, right? The only reason I shook my head is because that Glennon deal makes me think that they're not going to do something like that.
Yeah. You know, okay, I'll throw a couple more names out there.
Okay.
Remember, that's T.Y. Hilton out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's
too injury prone for me.
Quadrate Diggs. He just had a major leg injury, but he was going to the Pro Bowl last year before he broke his leg, and the year before he went to the Pro Bowl. Somebody got to take a chance. Well, it'll be us. Pro Bowl
free agent
player.
I like is from Arizona, Christian Kirk. 77 receptions, 982 yards, 5 touchdowns, 5'11". If you can get him, you still sign Watson because he's still too short. I like to see. We need a big guy. Throw it up.
And I like what you guys are doing because I hope what the Bears do is that they do a mix of veterans and young players, right? Veterans that can help Fields develop now, right, or protect him on the line, but then also young players that he can grow with, and hopefully we can build something with long term. So I like that. I don't know. It's too up in the air right now to know exactly what they're gonna do.
Yeah, we'll see, man. It's exciting, man. It's exciting.
You wanna know what's crazy though?
What's that?
We ain't mentioned none of these offensive linemen that's free agents.
We did.
I got y'all though.
Go ahead.
So Teron Armstead from the Saints, he's a tackle.
Definitely
he's solid. You got Ryan Jensen from Tampa Bay. He's a good center. You see what you got, man. That's just 2, but it's definitely more out there. They even got buddy from the goddamn Dallas Cowboys, Connor Williams. He's available. So, and he's a guard, so you can use him too. But I like, I think it's Laken Tomlinson. It's a weird first name. But he from San Francisco. I like San Francisco offensive line because they ain't scared to run a run block.
That's true.
And we need that run game, especially with David Montgomery back there. We need to take the pressure off the kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We'll see, man. I don't know.
Definitely.
Offensive lineman, Landon Collins, got dude from Dallas. He is available in free agency. We don't want him. Absolutely. I don't like Dallas players at all. I don't like anything.
They line been solid for years, though.
I don't care. But what does Dallas do when it's time to play?
That's the quarterback and the head coach and Jerry
No,
Jones.
it's the whole team. Whole team. Whole team. We'll just see, man. I'm just keeping my eyes open, keeping my ears open. The offensive line is definitely going to be the first target they do. I haven't named any offensive linemen in the free agency because it's going to be hard. I don't gauge
Bank of America
offensive linemen. I don't
Shamrock
know how to critique them or not. I just know if you can stop them from getting to your quarterback, if you can block for your running back. That's all I do. So let's see.
Yeah, I mean, the offensive line is definitely need to, and I think it's going to be something that they address early on, too. I think that we'll pretty much know what's going on with the offensive line here, with maybe some holes to fill in the draft, because, C-Dub, I think you were the one that said that there are some really good potential young offensive linemen in this draft. But I think we're gonna know at least the direction they're going with the offensive line probably sooner than we have a picture of anything else.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Yeah, but as far as receiving core, if we can get Amari Cooper and Watson in this offseason,
let's go, baby.
He need all the weapons. Justin Fields need all the help he can get.
Get him every weapons and protection, right?
So
that's the two things. Go ahead.
So what do you think about Cole Kmet?
I was going to ask him.
And then I tell you what I told C-Dub yesterday.
I like it more than I dislike. Does that make sense? I like it more.
Yeah.
I won't say I love the concept. I don't hate it either, but I like it more than I dislike.
Gotcha. So basically, I said you give him a chance in a new system with a new regime, see what he can do. Yeah. And if he don't pan out, he gone. Yeah. It is what it is.
What are some of the qualities y'all like from Cole Kmet, though? Can y'all tell me?
I mean, you can go size. And what?
He got good size. What else?
I mean, we haven't really with Matt Nagy.
His hands is not bad.
But see what a better coaching staff. Like, his hands aren't the best, right? Especially if you're also improving the things around him as well. Then maybe he can give you a little bit more.
Okay.
I think he had some opportunities last year. Yeah. But his hands, and then we're trying to scheme for your people open, trying to help your quarterback. That didn't happen.
It's hard.
We don't know.
It's hard to go crazy when your coach calling dive plays on 3rd and 7. When he calling pitch plays in 3rd and 10.
So stupid.
And plus, he's only 23 years old, right?
Give him a shot.
Yeah, he's a 23-year-old tight end. Come on, like Bobby said, give him another year to see what he does, and if it don't work out, you ship him off, you cut him, whatever you need to do. So,
I agree with that. I wouldn't give him 2 though. I
give him 1 year. 1 year, see how he does. Buddy. Yeah, and then it's not like we got to see too much of Fields either. So really see what type of chemistry him and Fields can bring with an improved wide receiver core that can maybe make him a little bit more dangerous as well. You see.
Yeah. Do you think he need bigger receivers, or do you think he needs like faster, more agile receivers? What do y'all think?
As a young quarterback, I think you do need a big targets, and I think you need someone who you can trust their route when you know where they're going to be, right? Okay. You can trust that they're going to be where they're supposed to be on the play. And I think that's what you want to do now. Of course, if you can bring a quicker one in to pair with that, you do that too. But I think that the key thing is you want somebody who's going to be a good route runner and who's going to be a safety net for Field, so to say, where if he looks anywhere on the field, he knows that this guy is going to be where he needs him to be. And I think that's what.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I say, go ahead, nephew.
I would say you need a combination of both. Prime example. You had a lot of speed last year. DeBear Bird, Marquise Goodwin, Mooney, all that. No size. Allen Robinson, no size. Too little. You get in the red zone, they bring in Jimmy Graham. The entire defense know where you going.
That is true.
But if you have a combination of both, at least the defense have to guess where you going now. Like they automatically knew as soon as Jimmy Graham comes in, it's probably a back shoulder, a little fade route, or something like that. So you got to have a combination of both. He needs a combination of both.
For sure.
Okay.
All right. That's right. All right. Well, that's it today, guys. This has been a great first episode. Anyone who hasn't watched us over on Bull Central, we have great chemistry. So that's why I wanted them as part of this project with me.
That's that guy right there.
Go ahead and give him your social media, man. Let's get up out of here.
Hit it up, little nephew.
He gonna leave it. He gonna love bro me. But y'all already know. Follow us on all social media at Cognac Boys, KOGNACBOYZ, and that's on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all that. Hit us up and rock with the boy Hayes for looking out. You know,
Peace out. That's what we do. That's what we do. You can follow the podcast at Bear Central Pod on every social media platform. I'm still getting used to plugging this one, and they're so close to the Bulls, and I'll be getting confused. You can follow me at CEO Hayes. This is going to be a spot for it. We're the voice of the fans. That's what I want this one to be, and so we got this.
Well, we got it. Don't worry about it. Y'all come tune in, man. Y'all tripping if y'all ain't tuning in to this.
If you a Bears fan and you not tuned into this, yeah, you tripping. That's it. We're gonna make sure they know they missing out on something. So.
Y'all listening to all that regular that crap.
Honestly, the reason why I wanted to start a Bears project isn't just because I was already doing the Bulls. It's because really I don't have a Bears podcast that I feel is like really fan oriented and is like we have a lot of people who cover the Bears, but none that really they all feel like they're doing their job, and some of them do a really good job, but you don't get that passion. I wanted to bring passion to the Bears podcast.
It's so robotic.
Yeah.
Right? Like robots.
But that's it for us today, guys. We out this mug. Peace out.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.